Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Ndibuti and Pastor Bay. So, instead of our people making ways or means or trying to do the investigations to find the dead bodies or to verify who the bent body that was found in Besta's cell belongs to, they are instead doing a documentary on Besta. ENCA visits Besta's old primary school to understand how Besta grew up, his childhood, how he moved from 1 to 10, I understand it's interesting. It's actually interesting to know very lot. Okay, no, this is how it happens. This and this and this and this. Even though there are a lot of contradictions in the stories that we hear, but okay, like the cameras are showing us, okay, these are the stairs that Ubesta used to walk in when he was in primary school. This is the classroom that Ubesta used to attend in. And I'm like, from 1997, you still remember? So even the school has not changed. But they're saying that in 1997, Ubesta was registered at that primary school in the south of Johannesburg. And the people that registered him there, it was not his parents or his grandmother, but it was his grandmother's employers. So they registered him as his guardians, and that was in 1997. And the Home Affairs people, they said that he was born in 1986, which means that Ubesta started school when he was like, what, 11, 12, 10? Yeah, between 11 and 12 years. He was doing grade 1, and then he spent 7 years in that primary school. And he attended on his grade 7th, because he attended the school until grade 7. So this is the story that is completely different from the one that we had just a few days ago, that Ubesta dropped out in grade 5 or grade 6, if I'm not mistaken. On that school record, it shows that Ubesta dropped out in grade 7 after doing his, I think they said, second or third term. So he didn't complete his grade 7. And apparently, they said that Ubesta was a very kind boy. He was kind, he was smart, he was a genius. You could see that he had a potential to become something better. Something that his mother said completely the opposite. His mother said opposite of what these people are saying here. And I just want to understand that in 1997, the teachers still remember that one child, Ubesta, that he was smart, he was kind, he was, and apparently he was not happy with the fact that his life was very chaotic because he didn't have any documents, and he loved playing rugby, apparently. And because he didn't have the documents, so he couldn't further his passion or his career in being a rugby player, something like that. Like, for me, I feel like these people are just wasting their time. I mean, I want to know. I mean, this person has already been sentenced life in prison. So why are we now going back to his childhood when we could be like, maybe these things we could do them after we know where are those 3 bodies coming from? Who do they belong to? Hey, so I even wrote. I wrote my notes. So the presenter said that it seems like the Home Affairs got their records mixed up, because it seems like the Besta that they were talking about is not the Besta that these ones are talking about. Now, maybe let's just get to one point where is this the real Thabo Besta? Maybe that's the question that we're supposed to be asking, because if he was registered in primary school in 1997 and he starts grade 1 there, 7 years later, he should have been like 18 years old. And so he had no documents, and when they asked his neighbors, people that know him, they said that after that he started developing some bad behaviors. He started stealing, and these other people said this family they said that their child was a friend of Besta, so Besta would spend most of the time there. There's a time that the phone went missing, and Besta helped them look for the phone, saying that maybe it was here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here. So he helped them look for the phone. They didn't find the phone. After that, Ubesta disappeared for like few days, 2 days. He came back with a lot of money, and they assumed that maybe 1 + 1 = 2, 111, And then later on, money went missing. Besta helped them look for it. After that, he disappeared. I guess he went to spend the money. And I'm looking down because I wrote some notes, on yeah, and my notes, yeah, they're mixed up, but yeah, I mean, I can read them. And then they said that Ubesta was very disappointed with how his life was, yeah, with how his life was, the fact that he didn't have the documents, he couldn't get an ID, he couldn't get a birth certificate, stuff like that. And then they said he would help them look for the things that were stolen. And yeah, he couldn't do much because he didn't have the thingy, he didn't have the documents, a close family. And hey, Nami, now I can't see my notes. I'm like, Ubesta now. Okay, and he went to, when he was 17 years, apparently he was arrested. He was taken to a juvenile center because he had stolen a blazer of another pupil, something like that. And then Jiggy later on, they heard that Ubesta died, and this is the family that was trying to help his mom arrange for the funeral. Later on, they heard that no, there's no need for the funeral because the wife, who is Dr. Nandipa, has claimed the body and he was going to be cremated, things like that. So, but Mina, my question in all of these things, like, how is this going to help us? I mean, shouldn't they be using these resources to be looking for our AKAs, the killers? Shouldn't we be looking for those corpses? Shouldn't we be looking at other things that were done by these two instead of the childhood? Because now, I'm sure we're still going to Dr. Nandipa's primary school. I'm sure with her, they're going to start in kindergarten. They're gonna go to a primary, they're gonna go to high school, they're gonna go to tertiary. Like Jay, they're just wasting this thing. But I know, I mean, they want to make money with the views that they're getting from this thing. The same as Nami, I want to get views. That's why I'm doing this video. Because I'm busy here. Sasalazing it. I'm busy saying all the negatives, but ndienza is storing us because I know I'm gonna get views. You know, so let's just read the comments. Somebody says in 1996 he was 11 and 7 years later should have been in a university, not class 7. The maths is not mathing. Yeah, it is not mathing at all, because now it seems like we might be hearing that Besta was not born in 1986. He was actually born in like 1990, 1991. So that will make sense why he would start school in 1997, which means that he will be the same age as me, you know. And then that means that the information that was acquired at Bara, confirming that he was born there in 1986, and his names are Thabo Besta, might not necessarily be true. Can we get the guardians that registered him? Maybe they can tell us the right information, because yeah, hey, a lot of things just not making sense. Like, I mean, and now I think we're gonna get to a point where they realize, or they tell us that this is not the real Besta. Because it can't be the same Besta that was registered at school, the smart kids, the kind, the intelligent one, the one that loved playing rugby that we're talking about today, right? But anyway, what do you guys have to say? I mean, we might as well just get the whole documentary now, you know? I'm just looking for another comment that I saw here. Oh yeah, this one said started school at the age of 10. Started school at the age of 10, left school grade 7 at the age of 15. Minister confirmed records showing him leaving school in grade 5, which makes more sense as he disappeared 4 years after leaving school and were caught and imprisoned at the age of 17 for the first time. That's it for now. I don't have a conclusion. I don't have answers. That's it for now. Do leave your comments down below. Dinifuna Jonen.